All right, Eric, it's your show.
It's my episode. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Is It Rotten, where we're covering movies that are not rotten.
Going against the grain, man.
We're going against the grain in the month of December.
Well, we kind of are from the last two films going against the grain.
Yeah, in a way, yes, but also there isn't in no universe where this movie is rotten. And
we're completing a trilogy.
And we are completing a trilogy.
What about the universe where Elon Musk and Jesus Christ were the same person?
Let's not talk about that universe.
No, let's not. Okay. Anyway, Rugrats in Paris, often considered to be the best of the Rugrats movies. I honestly, personally, I think I have a better personal connection with the first one, but I can recognize that this is a better movie. So I'm going to go down the line. Mac, what was your first experience with the Rugrats in Paris?
I remember the episode before I watched Rugrats in Paris. The episode where Chucky was trying to figure out what happened to his mother, and we were wondering what happened to his mother.
Yeah, and they had weird ads because they would say, "This is Chucky's new mom," and it would just be like a silhouette or some shit.
Yeah. And I remember I didn't get to see this in theaters, and I didn't want to because I remember the first movie, and I was like, "Yeah, that was a movie." And then I went to go watch. I watched this on. I remember I watched this on HBO, and I enjoyed it the first time I watched it. Watching this again, I still got some catchy stuff to it, but it has aged a little bit to the point where I'm like,
yeah, this movie did come out 22 years ago.
Yeah.
The plot is a Euro Disney parody.
It is.
Who's talked about Euro Disney since The Simpsons?
So Zach, what about you?
The same. I remember the ads on TV. I didn't go see it in theaters. I didn't even know it was in theaters when it came. Really, I didn't really have an option. I lived out in the sticks, so I just waited for it to come out on cassette. And yes, on cassette. I said that correctly.
And Scott, what was the first time you saw this movie?
About a week ago. Yeah, I had seen the first movie in theaters, but then after that, I think I just lost interest in the Rugrats for the most part. Mm-hmm. I remember seeing the commercials about Chucky's mom, but I never had any real interest in watching the movie at that point. But yeah, this is I would probably agree with the people who say that this is the best of the Rugrats movies. I enjoyed this one.
I enjoyed this one more than the rest of them.
Yeah. It's such a steep fall off between this and Go Wild. It's noticeable.
Yeah.
So I saw this movie in theaters. I was still actively watching Rugrats when this movie came out, and still watching through to like the first season or so of All Grown Up. And yeah, it's like this movie is very fucking good. It's like, and like it's so hard comparing this to Go Wild, because a lot of the complaints we have about Go Wild don't apply to this movie. This movie has a plot. It utilizes the characters well.
Yeah.
It's like it's incredibly focused.
Its main drawback is the datedness.
Yeah, its main
which
drawback
it wouldn't have been dated at the time, but
yeah,
now those parts do not age like a fine wine.
Yeah, but yeah, it's like, and just to get on the train of talking about the Chucky's mom thing, I was watching this movie with my sister, and we were watching it. And we were just discussing, and I'm like, it was pretty mean of them to make the Rugrats Mother's Day special about Chucky's dead mom. That is their Mother's Day special.
Oh, yeah. Well, they were always different with their specials. I mean,
yeah.
a Hanukkah special and a Kwanzaa special.
And a Passover special.
And a Passover special.
Happy Hanukkah, by the way. Tonight's the first night.
Yeah.
Happy Hanukkah. Yeah.
Happy Hanukkah. My menorah.
Yeah.
My Lego menorah.
Yeah.
Not lit.
How fitting we are talking about a Rugrats movie on the first night of Hanukkah.
I know,
One of our most
right?
prominent Jewish families
Yeah.
in pop culture.
It really is.
It's how I found out what Hanukkah was.
Yeah, it's
I didn't
How I found
know. How the
Yeah.
hell would I know that otherwise?
Yeah.
That's how I found out what Kwanzaa was for the first time too. That and
Yeah.
the Pratt family.
Yeah. They do have two different Christmas specials though. One pre-deal, one post-deal. But yeah, let's talk about what was so good about this movie. And I'm going to start. Zach, what was your favorite line in this movie?
Favorite line. What did I write down for this? Damn it, brain, start working. I did like Kira's speech, because that was like the only time she had strong character. And I'm like, okay, this is how you're defining yourself to the Rugrats audience going forward. And I just thought it was simple and to the point. It did a great job of illustrating what this character was supposed to be.
Yes.
Even though it was such little screen time.
Yeah, the one drawback of this movie is that it does devote very little screen time to both Kira and Kimmy. Mm-hmm. But you could tell immediately that
they had ideas about where they were going.
I just like the subtitle after they leave Paris and get married. It just says sometime later. It's like, it's been so many yesterdays. It's like some time has passed. We don't need to specify how soon they got married, but also none of the kids aged.
Yeah, you can't really specify how much time is passing with these babies, like, because they're gonna grow. Like, they just, everything has to take place within like a year.
Yeah, it's like we celebrate Tommy's first birthday, and Dee Dee is very much not pregnant, and then Dill is born, and Tommy is still exactly.
Well, we already mentioned multiple holiday specials. How does time work in this dimension?
Yeah. Scott,
It's Christmas in July and Christmas in December. Come on.
Yes. Scott, what was your favorite line?
Mine was a Chaz line. It was is this your first time in Paris? And he says, well, France, yes, but you see, I've been to Paris, Texas a number of times.
Chaz is so charming in this movie. He's way more charming than he has any right to be.
Well, if they wouldn't have made him charming, he would have been insufferable. I feel like just because he just would have been completely like I'm trying to think, what were the Chaz focused episodes? The only one I can remember is when he turned insufferable when he got rich. That's all they had to work off of here.
Yeah. Chaz has always been a 1 or 2 line per episode character. And the fact they were really able to dial in and focus on Chaz and Chucky for this movie is much to this movie's benefit, as much as the first movie dialed in on Tommy and Stu and Dill, obviously, because it's his first introduction into the being. Mac, what was your favorite line?
I don't know if this is gonna get some hate or nothing, but this is me from a kid perspective, and not only as a kid but as an adult. But it's interesting when you look at it, when you watch all the episodes and you look at this now. But Chucky saying no at the chapel, I like that, because in this show, I agree, you're not seeing the kids interact with, like, you see the adults leave and then they start talking. So you believe that they can see, and I'm not saying that it's you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think there is something very poetic about Chucky's first words being no, because one of his defining character traits is not being able to say no to Tommy.
Yeah. Yeah, and I like that. It's a good line. I like it. I know people will say it's annoying, him saying no. I was like, I know it's annoying, but it's just
the only reason it gets annoying is because of in the season that they continue to do between this and All Grown Up, they decide to say, yeah, so in this universe, a baby's first words, they just say it for everything like they're a fucking Pokemon. that is canon to the Rugrats. That is canon to the Rugrats universe, by the way.
No, I actually remember.
Did Rise of the Planet of the Apes steal from this movie? Because that's Caesar's first word too.
Honestly, maybe.
Hey, all I know is Rugrats did their world building and rules better than Baby Geniuses.
Yes, they do.
Which reminds me, Scott, we need to have dibs over who gets to make these guys watch Baby Geniuses.
Hey, there are two Baby Geniuses movies.
I know.
We can both pick one.
I mean, it'll be another franchise that we complete.
I think there might even be a third one at this point.
Oh, we're gonna cover the trilogy.
I hope not. Anyway, so my favorite line, it's gotta be Chucky's we have to stop that wedding speech. Because it just down to a T encapsulates every feeling that Chucky has gone through the entire movie. And just like the immediate cut to, how are we gonna do that? I have no idea. I was hoping you would have an idea, Tommy. Oh,
Tommy's the idea man. I mean, he knows his role.
He was kind of fucking useless in this movie.
honestly, yeah, I genuinely love the fact that Tommy fully took a back seat. Because it is so difficult.
Well, the first movie was
Tommy Pickles.
Well, the first movie was so focused on him.
Yeah, and then the third movie was so focused on him, which is why it's part of why I hate it, because they didn't let the other characters have their moment. It's like we had the first movie, it was all about Tommy, and the third movie, it's all about Tommy. It's like, and I think that's also part of the reason why people really love Rugrats in Paris, because it's not about Tommy.
Yeah, I get it, and like I said, that's why I like this film. It's not about Tommy, you know. It's about his experience.
It's about checking sports scores on your phone.
No, seriously. I'm not paying attention to it.
Okay.
But yeah, I agree.
Yeah. All right. So best scene. I already know what I think Mac's best scene is gonna be, so I'm gonna start with Mac.
Oh, Chucky Chan music.
I knew it. I know it.
It's my favorite. I feel like it's.
I like the animation. The rest of it, I am so confused about.
There is a thing that I noticed when I was watching this movie with my sister. When they're on the plane, there is a kung fu movie playing, and it has the I'm like, oh my god, they actually
so they did find a way to put that in there.
Yeah, I'm like holy shit.
Otherwise it's like, so just because we're doing Japanese, the Chinese martial art things, okay.
Yeah, no, I had never noticed that before, but it's like and like obviously
I'm taking your word for it.
I'm like it's the first time I fucking noticed. I'm like I noticed it. I'm like, and like immediately, like, because I was already thinking of Chucky Chan. I'm like, I know Mac's gonna choose Chucky Chan. I
was standing on Chucky Chan like I'm dying. Oh yeah, that's my favorite scene.
I'm letting Mac have this. Mac wouldn't shut up about Chucky Chan during the first time. When we cover the first movie, I'm gonna let him have it.
Yeah, here comes Chucky Chan.
Here comes Chucky Chan.
That's a good song.
At Reptile Land. I was like,
all right. All right. Let's go with Scott. What was your favorite scene?
I mean, it was Chucky Chan, but since I can't pick that. It was when Stu gets the call to go to Paris and he's just like half asleep. I love anytime Stu is like half asleep.
It is literally just a game.
How does Stu sell anything?
And it's also genius, man. It's also so amazing to look. It's like in the first movie, he was so excited that he was gonna get a contract with the Reptar Corporation for $500. And then cut to this movie.
That's 90s money, though.
Motherfucker made a Gundam. Right. Motherfucker made a Gundam that was held together by rubber bands and paper clips. What the fuck?
Specifically.
He's a savant.
It was specifically rubber bands and paper clips too. That's why he said it didn't work.
Oh my god, that is genuinely one of my that is a gift that I can have that I can access on Twitter, and I fucking love it.
It was just chaotic neutral. Like, you have no idea whether his invention is going to be amazing or destroy the planet.
On the timeline of the show, that happens within like a year.
Yeah.
Right?
I would say that Stu does edge a little more towards chaotic good, because that's where Dib's father lies. Dib's father's 100% chaotic good. I think Stu is.
See, I disagree. I think Dib's dad is definitely on the chaotic neutral, because I think he no longer actually cares about good and evil as concepts. I think that's where he's at mentally. He just happens to do the good thing because that's what he originally set out to do. He no longer has that impetus or that impulse, I don't think.
All right.
That's my interpretation of the character.
All right, Zach. What is your favorite scene?
Okay, so I'm gonna say this. That opening gooey world bit just had me fucking on the floor laughing. I'm like, what the is going on, man? As I'm looking at my screen going, what the hell is happening? Why are they talking about gooey balls and balls of hair? What the is this?
Yeah, it's like
it was I wrote it down. It's the only gross out joke that hit me. It hit me perfectly. Where I'm like, what is this?
And I think this is like the one thing I'm like, is the Dummy Bears part of the Reptar canon? Because I always consider those to be two separate shows in Rugrats, but are they the same? Because I
no idea.
Maybe it's like a Nickelodeon thing where
maybe it's the maybe it's the
like
Japanese counterpart or something.
Yeah.
Maybe
that's their Teenage Mutant Ninja Hero Turtles because they're in Europe. You know?
Yeah. All right. My favorite scene though, it's the fucking mech fight, guys. There's a fucking mech fight in the middle of Paris between giant Reptar and a giant Robo Snail. That is. And it's so good, and like the entire.
I need to find out if there was like an RC toy for that snail.
I don't know if there was,
because there should have fucking been.
But it's just everything about that scene, and like obviously it cuts back to the wedding and then back to the scene like all the time. But it's like just that entire full sequence of them going from the warehouse to Notre Dame it's just so good. It's like and like they're on the Eiffel Tower. They've got Angelica in one hand, and then Chucky's like, look, it's over there. Oops. It's just it's like the one, and also I will say this movie confirms Tommy and Chucky are drift compatible.
Oh man, that's the crossover we need.
Yes.
Oh god. And also there's still so many other scenes that I could talk about, but I had to talk about that mech fight.
Yeah, that mech fight was really good.
Yeah. All right.
I don't know why. I just thought of the Big O and Roger sitting down except it's Robo Snail, and it's slow. It's the slow test of cast DNA Magog, except it's just super slow.
Also,
cast.
I do have to applaud John Lithgow as a villain in this movie. He's so good. He's so good.
Who John Lithgow played?
He was Jean-Claude.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah.
Also, fucking Casey Kasem's in the beginning of this movie too.
Oh yeah, I was gonna look. That was him. I was gonna look that up later. I'm like,
oh, was he the announcer at like the mother?
Yeah, I'm like, thing? I feel like I'm listening to the top, like literally the top 100 for
it was Casey Kasem at Lou and Lulu's wedding. as the wedding DJ.
Appropriate.
Okay.
I'm just in there. I'm like, is that fucking Casey Kasem?
Yeah, he had one of my favorite lines from the movie. The let's give a warm round of applause to our number one newlyweds out of this week's top 10 married couples.
Yeah.
I was like, it's like, especially after that, where it's just like, there's absolutely no doubt that this is Casey Kasem. I think they just actually got in-universe Casey Kasem to do this because it also looks like him.
That's awesome.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
But
let's go ahead.
This movie had
What the?
it is a little dated. So Mac, what was the worst line in this movie?
Wee.
Damn it, that was mine.
Yeah,
That was also mine.
That was a trailer line.
And I listened, I
Made
watched
the
it.
worst.
Yeah.
It was the most obvious trailer line they could have done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. If you guys need to think of other lines, I'll just
Yeah.
I'll go off mine, which is unfortunately it's a Jean-Claude line. Madame, our kidnapping plot has failed.
Okay, I actually like that. That was so stupid.
It was necessary for the adults to believe Angelica, but
Yep.
at the same time, he had zero reason to say that.
He's a drama queen.
Yeah.
It's very simple.
Yeah. He's French.
Drama queen.
Yeah. All right.
I mean, I just want to say anything the main villain said, honestly.
Yeah.
Coco.
Coco is a little rough.
Like anytime she was
insufferable.
lying to Chaz, I just wanted to fucking strangle her. Like, what the fuck is this voice you're putting on? Chaz, don't be an idiot.
He was in love, man. He couldn't help it.
Yeah.
No, he wasn't. He literally.
Yeah, no.
He was in desperate.
Yes,
Because I mean,
he was very desperate man.
Even he thought the whole golden hailer shit was weird.
Yeah. You take my. That's like Chad.
Now with
That
the
was good.
modern meaning, that could work.
Yeah.
And now it doesn't.
Yeah. All right, Scott.
Since Wee Wee was taken, when Chucky says, I don't know, there's something kind of weird about a guy in a ponytail and a dress.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was one of those lines that doesn't hold up.
Yeah.
I mean, I do. Even with that, I do very much have to praise Christine Cavanaugh's, acting her fucking heart out for this absolute incredible performance as Chucky. But goddamn that line.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna blame her. I'm gonna blame the writers.
That was
Stig Bergqvist and Paul Demeyer.
Yeah, I know that's a this movie came out in the year 2000 line.
Yeah.
Right, yeah, it is.
Yeah, there's no taking that back.
Yeah, unfortunately.
That was
Yeah. And Scott, what was the worst scene?
Worst scene. It was when Who Let the Dogs Out played.
Yeah, that was.
I
Okay, I will say if they used any other music, that might have been fine. Music is what killed me.
I unashamedly love the use of Who Let the Dogs Out in that scene. I understand that it's cheesy, but that's why I love it.
It's a little on the nose.
It's also it's like I love that it's like after all the shit Spike had to go through in the first movie, that they just let Spike have fun. And they let Spike enjoy life, fall
Only
in love.
to torture him in the fucking third movie.
It's because they knew what was coming.
They wanted, yeah.
Actually,
Like give him his moment in the sun.
Honestly, they didn't. I don't even think Wild Thornberrys was a show yet.
no, I don't think it was.
Yeah. Let me actually look that up. When did Wild Thornberrys come out? Wild, the Wild Thornberries.
Let's see.
Oh no,
1998.
the Wild Thornberries came out the same year that the first movie came out. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, they were planning ahead.
Yeah, okay.
They had to get this whole universe mapped out, otherwise it wouldn't make sense.
Yeah. Blame Arlene Klasky.
Plenty of blame to go around with Klasky Chappelle.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. Scott. I already went with Scott. Zach, what was your worst scene?
The Bad Girl karaoke song was fucking horrendous. Oh my god, I wanted to be dead.
Yeah.
I am sorry. What all the diaper jokes alone nearly killed me.
There's a lot of diaper jokes in this movie.
But the diaper jokes in that scene alone, I'm like, oh my god, how many? You can get away with this once being the year 2000 movie, not 5 times in a row. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. All right, Mac. What was your worst scene?
I did not like the Godfather callback.
You mean with Chucky as the Godfather?
No, the first one.
Okay.
The first
time. He didn't like it. You don't like it as a framing device in general.
No, I didn't. No, I liked the first one. I did not like the second one. Kind of was good, but the first one was just didn't. It just threw me off. I'm like, okay, I like it. It's cool. It's interesting.
But I liked it when Angelica's parents were talking about it, and they were like, she didn't understand the movie, and then it cuts to her with like the cut off horse's head.
Yeah, no, it's like there's I feel like it's like the use of Indiana Jones as a parody in the first movie. It's like it works because like they're going on a big adventure. It works in this movie because it has that through line of Angelica putting in having to put in the effort to get Chucky a new mom, which she is, just not in the way that
anyone on this planet actually wants her to.
Yeah. Yeah, she's like, and you know Angelica's fucked up when she feels bad about what she's done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or it's the beginning of a new All Grown Up episode where she forgets all over again.
Yeah, Angelica's got a memory of a goldfish and All Grown Up.
She really is just Cartman at the end of the day, isn't she?
Yeah. It's like, and would you believe that they initially did not want her to be mean? It's like, no, this is her character. You don't get it. She has to.
What was she gonna be?
Yeah,
it's like they're like make Angelica less mean. Like, no,
make her more mean.
That's the whole point of her.
She's the antagonist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have no show without her.
Yeah. God. My worst scene. It's fucking dealing with the barf bag.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was gross. That is
how are Phil and Lil not dead?
That's a good question. We're still
trying to built up immunities, man.
Babies are
they have something.
No, this is like Jesus Christ. Well, especially in a post-Rona world, I look at that going,
yeah,
they should be dead.
But it's like now that we're done with the bad stuff, there's also still so many good scenes that we didn't talk about too. Still, like the entirety of the post Ooey Gooey world ninja chase scene.
I like the scene with the dogs, the Lady and the Tramp bit.
Yeah, the Lady and the Tramp with the pizza. Yeah, that was good. But yeah, it's like that was the longest short crop I've ever seen. And just like the imagery of Chucky being unable to open the doors because of the doors of at the volcano.
Yeah,
it's like this movie is so, and also the fucking hotel is so fucking beautiful.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, but how do we feel about the sumo restaurant?
It's bad.
Bad.
It's
Yeah.
bad.
Very terrible.
It's the singular low point of this goddamn movie.
It's a bit of a misstep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything about that.
Anything I think you could have literally just cut entirely and just left the whole thing on the chopping room floor.
I
But
think
then the movie's like 60 minutes.
I think
Would you have felt ripped off?
Nah.
Exactly.
I think the biggest misstep and the most tone deaf thing is that absolutely 100% in the modern Rugrats, Dee Dee and Stu absolutely know how to eat sushi. That is the biggest misstep. That is some early 2000s ununderstanding.
I did like that Phil and Lil's mom was so into everything, and then the minute Dee Dee actually sees something French when they're in the Notre Dame, she fucking falls asleep.
You've seen one church, you've seen them all.
Exactly.
I
I love that. Where it's just like the one time Dee Dee got to see something that's actually French.
Yeah.
And like, there.
They do. It's like they do genuinely have a good friendship, those two, and also so do Stu and Chaz. It's like I do feel like I don't think they ever really outwardly stated, but I do definitely get the feeling that Chaz and Stu were childhood friends.
Maybe.
Yeah. This is the type of stuff that, like, you don't like really notice obviously when you're watching when you're a kid.
Yeah.
But you appreciate it more as an
We're
adult.
getting into fan theory crafting territory, Eric.
Yeah, but it's like comparing the way that like Betty and Dee Dee interact to the way that Chaz and Stu interact, where Betty and Dee Dee, they're just next door neighbors. That
does anyone else wonder if anyone actually likes Drew at all for any reason?
No,
ever.
No,
he's related. You gotta bring him.
I genuinely think that nobody likes Drew.
Everyone likes Howard even more, and people barely remember he's there.
I think also the wildest thing is that this is Drew at his most bearable.
It's like, I used to think back in the day that Chaz and Dee Dee were related because of the hair.
Yeah, I can see that because red hair was not as common.
Yeah, and you see similarities between characters, and you're like, oh, they must be related as a kid. You're just like, yeah, sure.
Oh, and then of course you
all gingers look alike to you?
Yeah,
I didn't say that, but yes.
but
I'm the racist one.
It's like I think the biggest misstep is not making Chucky Jewish.
He does have very Jewish vibes about
it. It's like, no, he's just nerdy Italian. It's fine.
He's just a very neurotic Italian man.
Which honestly, it's basically the same thing.
Yeah, it's really not that far off from the Jews.
All right. So going down the list, Mac, is Rugrats in Paris rotten?
No, it's not. It's a 76 on. I think it's a 76 on Rotten Tomatoes. I'm gonna be honest. It should stay there. 76 is fair to me. I wouldn't put it at 80, but it's 76. I mean, just being honest.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, when we get to Bebe's Kids, we'll see how it compares to it, and and if you rate it any lower, we're going to remind you.
Bebe's Kids is a 95. Come on, what are we talking about here?
Yeah, what the fuck are you talking about?
Real.
Yeah.
All right. Scott, is it rotten?
No, I agree with Mac and the Rotten Tomatoes score. I also think it should be about a 76. I think it's a good movie. It's the best of the Rugrats trilogy in my mind. But it's got its issues. Which
we need to make you watch the TV specials then.
I've seen a few. I've seen the Passover and the Hanukkah one, and probably and one of the Christmas specials.
I definitely had the Passover one on the orange VHS.
Yeah, I used to watch the Passover one all the time because I felt seen.
Yeah, yeah. All right, Zach, is it rotten?
No.
Yeah.
What do you want from me?
A number.
80.
Yeah. 80,
what?
yeah.
All
right.
I think this is way better than your standard kids movie.
Yes.
Because that's part of what I'm framing this off of is like, what is a standard kids movie of this era like? And it does a lot better than most.
Actually, something that I am kind of interested in as like, there's a lot of kids entertainment has, waxed and waned over the years. There is a kids show that exists right now that I would genuinely be interested to see what they would do with a 90-minute movie. And I would be very interested to see a 90-minute Bluey movie. I think that they could do something very interesting with that.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. Yeah.
No idea.
Yeah, I've never seen Bluey.
Bluey is fantastic, by the way.
Uh-huh.
It is a kids movie. It is a kids show. I genuinely recommend it. Just like watch like an episode.
Look, no one's judging you here, man. Like we all have our fucking kids movie or kids thing we'll watch. Like Jesus.
I got a niece, so but I genuinely recommend Bluey. It is very good. Somebody gonna ask me?
Oh, Eric, is it rotten?
God no. I think I put the first movie at a 90, and I am sticking to that. I'm gonna give Rugrats in Paris an 85. It's like it's still very dated, and it doesn't have like. And like the first Rugrats movie, and like has a lot of themes that I personally connect to, being an older sibling. But I mean, obviously, I haven't lost a parent, so this movie doesn't have like, it doesn't resonate with me in the same way that does. But I would understand how this movie would resonate with people in certain ways.
Yeah,
it's still very good. If you resonate with Rugrats Go Wild, get help.
I would say this movie definitely. It does the issue of the mom very tastefully.
Yes.
Like it could have gone like so many movies go a really like crass or dark route with it.
God. Also the fucking the mother child dance at the wedding. Oh my God.
That was a great scene.
That it's so good and it's so painful, but in like the best way.
Yeah.
It's like once again, I was watching with my sister, and she's like, it's like this hits way different when you're a parent.
Well, what I think is interesting, they never show Chaz to be inadequate.
Yes.
Like they just something else should be there, but doesn't need to be there.
Yes. It's like
which is a very specific note to hit.
It's like the issue is not that Chaz is struggling. The issue is always that they both feel incomplete.
Right. Yeah, they both feel like they're missing something.
Mm-hmm.
And like, yeah, it's not that like Chaz is not like able to take care of Chucky on his own. Like it's not like he's looking for somebody to help him in that regard. Just, to fill that like
and honestly, I think it's like as bad as the final season of Rugrats is, and it literally just exists to be a transitional period between the Rugrats and All Grown Up.
Also, we didn't need a fucking coffee shop.
Whatever. No, I was actually about to praise the coffee shop because it's like if they didn't have that transitional period of Kira and Chaz opening up the coffee shop, it's like it suddenly existing and All Grown Up just feels weird. But because we got to watch them start the business, and then like here, 9 years later, Tommy's 10, Chucky's 11. It's like it's now 9 years later. Now they're running a successful business, and this is their common twin hangout spot. Is this a place for everybody to come meet that isn't just Tommy's house?
Why did they get into coffee exactly? I never quite understood this. Charles is a bureaucrat. What the fuck's the connective tissue here?
I think it was definitely. I think it was. I haven't watched like the episode in decades. I'm sure there was a reason, but it's like I'm sure it was explained in there, but it's like just
Yeah,
the fact that
this is just residual hatred from having to watch it all grown up and then going, I hate this place.
yeah,
I hate it so much.
yeah, I it's like, but
oh, this is where the babies hang out with the babysitter I want to strangle.
it's like
that's the time I got to it.
Yeah. But Kira literally turns Chaz's life around.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
What was Chaz doing before?
He was a bureaucrat.
Yeah.
A bureaucrat?
Yeah.
Yes. No, it's you have to remember this is 90s satire. They just went blunt.
It's like I'm a bureaucrat. It's like he had like
it's the joke from Futurama.
Yeah.
You know, bureaucrat, like literally, like what's his name is a bureaucrat.
Yeah, he was literally he literally did Hermes shit.
But it's extra funny because like the people watching Futurama would know like what a bureaucrat is. People watching Rugrats don't know what the fuck.
They have no fucking clue.
So it's just like it's a joke that's totally going over their heads.
Yeah.
I love that knowing that writer's room was such a hellhole to keep jokes like that in. Nobody until assholes on the internet decades later.
Hey, who are you calling an asshole?
Also, shout out to internet dating in the year 2000. She likes long walks on the beach and is not allowed in the state of Kentucky. I don't know about this, Stu.
Dating on the internet now.
Yeah,
I think maybe
ladies,
the pool might have been better back then.
Ladies, just none of us are allowed in the state of Kentucky, by the way.
No.
Yeah, I'm barred.
Yeah. Anyway, so pitches. I want to start because I got a good pitch.
You've been cooking this forever, haven't you?
Yeah. So this exists between my remake of Rugrats Go Wild, where it actually focuses on Phil and Lil, and the pitch that I made in the Rugrats Go Wild episode, where it's an all grown up movie. This exists, I guess you would say this. It's in the era of preschool days, where it focuses on Angelica and Susie. So it starts off. It's Angelica and Susie. It's like they are having an imaginative parody in preschool. I haven't decided which it is. It's probably you know what I think what movie would I think they're going to be parodying Miss Congeniality.
All right, I like that.
So they're doing a Miss Congeniality parody in the preschool. And Drew comes to pick up the kids. He's got Miss Carmichael on the phone, authorizing Drew to pick up Susie because they are off on their way to the Pickles residence because it is Dill's first birthday. Now, Susie and Angelica have been, going to preschool for a while, and they're like, we haven't been able to hang out with the babies for a bit. I bet Dill's finally speaking in full baby now. It's like, and then Susie's like, I bet Chucky's able to talk to grown-ups now. And so they arrive at the Pickles residence. The first person they run into is Chucky. They have a nice, pleasant conversation. And they're also along the way, they're discussing maybe the rest of them have started saying their first words. So they walk up. They say the greetings to Chucky. They go to Dill, and Dill's just somehow says less words than he used to them, which they find to be a little odd. And then they turn to Tommy. It's like, Tommy, what happened to Dill? How come he's not even saying anything? And all they can hear from Tommy is dipey, 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 dipey.
That can't be good.
Angelica and Susie have been separated from the babies for so long, they can no longer speak baby.
God fucking damn it. I knew it. I knew I should have brought the baby geniuses up. God damn it.
No, this was genuinely my pitch. This was genuinely my pitch.
Oh, God.
So the entire movie.
A pox upon your house, sir.
The entire movie, instead of being this this grand adventure. It's Angelica trying to come to terms with the fact that they're growing up, and for at least a little bit, she's not going to be able to effectively manipulate the babies. Because right now, the only person who can help, be the go-between is Chucky, and Chucky's just going to be like, no, I'm not. I'm like, no, I'm not doing this.
This is probably what the show should have been instead of All Grown Up.
I think if they did an episode of Preschool Days of this, I think it would have been, better
was
than the
the
4
name of it.
episodes we got.
I was trying to remember the name of that stupid show.
But yeah, it's Susie and Angelica, because Susie had technically gone through this with her older brother before, because when they introduced him, he could speak baby, and then he stopped interacting with the babies.
Interesting.
So it's them, coming to terms, and by the end of the movie, Tommy says his second word, which is Angelica. Because it is probably one of his most spoken words, is just saying Angelica's name.
Probably.
And it's actually a surprisingly touching scene between the two of them.
Mm-hmm.
I dig it. I like it. I think it's better than fucking Wild Thornberry's crossover for sure.
yeah. It's oh yeah.
It's got a story. There's a story there.
Yeah, there's a story to it. Yeah.
The quality is suspect, but
no. I think this would probably work better as like a 45-minute special than a full 90-minute movie.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
But let's say who's got a pitch locked and ready to go.
I've got a little quick little idea that I just sort of came up with today. I'm gonna go with it's gonna take place in the modern day. It's got to take place this year. It's called Rugrats in Qatar. And Stu helped design the stadium for the World Cup.
No.
But the babies hear Reptar, but they keep hearing Reptar.
Abandoned ship.
No good.
No good. Bad. If
Wait, you don't want the babies to lead a slave rebellion?
They won't. They won't live. You know it. I know it. Everyone knows it.
Congratulations, Argentina, by the way.
Yes.
Take your blood-soaked trophy home.
It's again, what day this was filmed on.
Oh yeah, you can pinpoint this to the date.
Mac, you got something?
I mean, I got something.
Let me go ahead and go because you want to get me out the way. All right, my film is going to be. Look, I feel like this is what should happen. Now at the time if the time they do this, it'll probably be years down the road. But what will happen is we'll have Tommy and Chucky, Phil and Lil and Angelica literally all riding in the desert, and they're going in there, and there are I'll take that I'm gonna keep it up. They're going in the desert.
Mad Max.
Huh?
Is this Mad Max?
No. They're in the desert.
Rugrats Fury Road.
In the desert, in the desert with horses. And they get off the horse, and Tommy and Chucky goes in. Tommy and Chucky.
How do you get out of a horse?
Sorry, my bad. Get off of a horse. They got off the horse.
Yes, you get off horses. Okay, this is.
Let me finish this.
Which desert?
It's not a desert. It's more like a valley. I don't know. It's a valley. Let's put it like that. Anyway, they go inside and they see these two villains literally are trying to take a bottle. It's literally a gold bottle. And
it's Aladdin?
No, it's a golden bottle. And that it's a bottle that belonged to some ancient baby. That not just ancient baby, but a
An
baby that
ancient
was
baby.
not the ancient baby.
You know,
but a
an
baby.
adult.
An adult.
One of those ancient babies.
It's a Spanish baby. We're in the name
Jose.
Coriano. His name is going to be Coriano, and we can see on a chase on a train, and we'll end it with Angelica with Dee Dee taking them up. That's going to be the opening scene. Yes, I'm doing an opening to Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. We're going to do that. There's going to be a difference here. All right.
Congratulations on your least coherent pitch yet. It's amazing. Yeah. No, I'm serious. We need to cut, clip, ship this. What the
anyway,
my brain just went on a magical journey.
Anyway, next we're gonna have Tommy the gang. They're gonna go in, and they go on this. They actually, Dee Dee. Well, not Dee Dee, but more so Chaz and Chaz and Kimiko. He literally gets invited to go on an adventure in the Sahara Desert. They're gonna ask to take the whole gang with them. Then they go to the Sahara Desert, and they come across this archaeologist that will be voiced by Harrison Ford.
No, it won't. Harrison Ford's not going to take that role.
Yes, he will.
He might now. He's doing a lot of IP driven roles these days.
He's going to be. It's going to be Montana Williams.
That's too close to Mutt Williams or whatever. Mutt Jones.
No, I don't want to do. Well, Mutt Williams didn't exist, so.
He's been retconned out.
Okay, Montana Taylor. There we go.
I forgot. I'm like, hold on. Let me check something real quick. Harrison Ford did do a voice in Secret Life of Pets too.
Did he?
Yes.
Why the fuck do you know that?
Because my niece likes Secret Life of Pets too. Specifically Secret Life of Pets too.
That just makes me sad inside, I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, but that's my pitch. I just want an archaeology film with
babies.
Yeah. I won't
Ancient
Indiana
babies
Jones with the Rugrats.
So you're saying you want like a tomb cave in with babies. Okay.
All right. That's okay, but mine is over the line. Doesn't seem right.
That doesn't seem fair.
There's another reason that could sound bad, but I'm not going to bring it up.
All right, Zach, do you got anything?
I do. I'm going to pitch this as a possibly illegal fan film.
All right.
Step 1, kidnap John Lithgow.
Oh, shit.
Step 2, go to Paris and force him to pretend to be Jean-Claude, who's been there for decades after that battle and has been repainting on all the sides of the walls, all of this giant robot battle throughout the streets. And you have this film crew pretend that he's some sort of artistic genius. He's just an idiot who got screwed up in a literal baby Gundam fight. And like you have this. Yeah, you fake this film crew being enamored with him, and then they find out later it just happened because of this shit. It's like, what the fuck was that? So what do you think? Illegal fan film?
I mean, other than the kidnapping John Lithgow, I'm going to sign off.
Me too.
I agree. I think it works.
Yeah, just get John Lithgow to agree to this.
No.
Yes.
Golden.
All right.
You see, again, you want to kidnap John Lithgow, and that's fine.
I do want to kidnap John Lithgow, but that's
well, Zach. Reasons. I have to say, our plot to kidnap John Lithgow has failed.
Has it? I don't know. I got contacts though.
All right, guys. This has been a good episode. I fucking love this movie.
I like it. It's just back then I liked it, but now it's more so. All right.
it's a competently made movie.
Yeah, it's competent. Like it's better than the shit we it's better than the other films. I'll tell you that. The other films are shit compared to this.
Yeah, it's just good. It's just good. So as always, you can find me on Twitter, probably at Bunk Bunker. Just don't link to any other social media sites. Again, have to very specifically date this episode. Don't link to any other social media sites.
So hold on a minute. So YouTube counts or no?
No, not yet.
Not yet. But
that's why I shared the tweet in the group chat for the other thing, because I was like, they have the list.
Yeah. It's like I saw a tweet. It's like it's all the things that that were done. It's like, and then there's just OnlyFans that didn't get blocked.
Yeah, you can't promote Facebook anymore.
You can't promote Facebook. You can't do Linktree.
Mm-hmm.
Or Instagram, yeah.
Instagram, no.
Truth
Social, Mastodon, Hive.
Damn.
Hive. Yeah.
So they'll block it?
Yeah, they'll
they'll ban you.
They'll suspend your account if you
you'll catch a temporary ban at first.
Yeah.
Damn,
for quote unquote having a Twitter account to only promote these social media sites.
Yep.
Yeah.
Even though it's like 90% of what Twitter's main function is free PR.
Yeah, I don't think Elon understood what he bought.
I don't think he understands a lot of things.
Anyway, Scott, where can people find you?
You can find me at Chewbacca Defense on Twitter for now. You can find me and Mac on Film Talk and Digital Beatdown.
Oh yeah, that's coming out on Digital Beatdown will be coming out on Christmas.
Yeah. Zach, where can people find you?
Here, provided my plot doesn't go awry. Yeah.
Or if it goes successful.
Oh, you'll know.
Special guest star on the next episode, John Lithgow.
All right, and Matt.
Oh, you think if I get Lithgow, I'm wasting him on you?
Hey.
Yes. How did you know?
Matt, where can people find you?
You can come find me at Tampa Book Fan 88 or TG Game Fixers on GG Game Fixers. Also, we got a lot of content. Make sure you go watch it. I'm also at this time I'm doing my 12 days of NES games, my top 12 NES games, counting down to Christmas. I just posted a video today, and I think it's the number 9. I don't know, number 9 or number 8. It was Hoops.
Spoilers.
I know, spoilers. It was Hoops. Also, spoilers. Mario 3's on the list.
Somewhere.
Number 11.
What are you doing?
It's on Twitter. It's on Twitter.
Anyway, Zach, what is the movie we're ending out this month on?
John dies at the end. This is both a plot point and a title.
Yes.
If you know anything about the film, good for you. If you don't, well, part of the reason I'm bringing it up is the latest in the book series has come out. So if you end up liking the film, I highly recommend the books.
All right. So we'll see you guys next time for John Dies at the End. Hopefully none of us will die at the end of that episode. Goodbye, everybody.
Yeah.
Or Scott would say, "Catard."
Get guitar. Get